Hello Virgos, this is your astrology forecast for February. And the first thing to let you know is that your ruler Mercury goes retrograde from the 7th of February until the end of the month. So especially as you're so sensitive to the vibrations of Mercury, this would not be a good time to be signing important contracts, to be going on very important meetings, or to be scheduling important meetings during that time. And of course, do make sure you've backed up your hard drive and try and get anything fixed or repaired before it goes retrograde. So this Mercury retrograde, it spans 2 houses because it retrogrades first in Pisces and then into Aquarius. So for you at first, from the 2nd week of the month, from the 7th to the 14th, it joins Neptune in your 7th house of relationship, Virgo. So this is an important week to really reflect on your relationships, to reflect how you feel about your relationships. With Neptune there, some of you may have had some disappointments in a relationship, or maybe somebody not turning out quite as you may have hoped. It's time to inject a little realism during the Mercury retrograde into how you're seeing your relationships. During the retrograde as well, if something's been bothering you, it might be time to write it out. Just write it down, and then when Mercury goes direct, then you'll be clearer. You'll be able to verbalize something in a clearer way. Not that you're not clear, because very often you are clear, Virgos, but when it comes to emotions sometimes, that's where you go on to more shaky ground. But it's a good time really for just re-evaluating the balance in your relationships. Are you giving too much? Is it just balanced enough, and how can you make it balanced? Or maybe it's time for an ending of a relationship, or a time to get real in a relationship. Neptune there tends to make you not real enough, or just living in hope, maybe that someone will come back to you, or somebody will be more committed, or yes, all these things. It's time to get real with it during the retrograde. And then for the last 2 weeks of the month, Mercury going backwards here into your 6th house of health and work. So this will be a time to reevaluate your health, to reevaluate what you're doing to keep yourself healthy and well. And is there more you need to study, more you need to learn with Mercury retrograde there about your health, about your diet, about exercise, about your body? Do you need to have some tests to make sure that everything's in balance as you think it is? All those kind of things are good to reconsider and reevaluate during this retrograde of your ruler in the 6th house. And as well, it's a good time to reevaluate any work relationships that you have. Is it time there to make some changes? Also to reevaluate how you are in your work relationships. How are your communications going in your work relationships? If there's been some challenges, do you need to become clearer? Do you need to listen better? Do you need to put things in writing? All these questions during this Mercury retrograde. And it does go direct again by the beginning of next month. Now we have a wonderful full moon in Leo on Valentine's Day, on the 14th of February, here falling in your 12th house. And for you Virgos, a 12th house full moon shines the light on all the things that maybe have been hidden, things that you've been looking for, searching for. If you will allow yourself quiet time, you can find them. They can come to you in a dream, or things just revealing themselves to you. New things coming into your life. It's important that you enjoy, that you have some enjoyment at the time of this full moon. It's Leo, it's playful, it's fun. Give yourself fun time, alone time. Virgos, you quite like alone time. Yes, I know you don't mind being social, but time to get away from the work. We've had that new moon in Aquarius at the end of January, which is all about work. No, now it's time for play, but play that you enjoy, that you love. That's what's important about this full moon in Leo for you, Virgos. For the first, until the 20th of February, we've got this sun in the 6th house, so good time for anything connected with work. Maybe there's some good news with something connected with your work. And then on the 20th of February, the Sun moving into your 7th house of relationship. Again, shining the light on relationships. So there's going to be a lot happening, I think, this month in your relationships, Virgos. So make sure you're verbalizing, saying what's important to you, especially when it comes to the emotions. And also make sure that you're coming from a heart energy. This Neptune here will enable you to come from a softness. Yes, we know Virgos, they're very good with their critical nature. But the Neptune there, be careful that you're not taking in people who are too dependent on you. Be careful of that. But also make sure you come from that heart energy. And this will smooth over any challenges that might arise. And with Mars in your 2nd house, keep going for what you want financially. Keep going, putting energy into that financial field. We've got Venus going direct now this month, so this could be the start of a new romance for those of you that are looking for romance in your life. And remember, we all need romance, no matter what age we are. I have to say, there's, on the beach in Greece, there's an old guy, I mean, he must be in his 90s, but boy, he doesn't half chat up the women. Doesn't stop you being romantic and trying to bring romance into your life, however you see it, no matter what age you are or how you feel, because romance makes us feel good. That's why when somebody's in love, they're blossoming, they're blooming, because of that feeling of romance. And you can blossom at any time, and that's what this is all about. Now, for the last 2 weeks of the month, we've got Jupiter making an exact square to Uranus here, from your 8th to your 11th houses, for you Virgos. So you could well meet somebody new, somebody very exciting, somebody very nice. Don't rush into anything financial with somebody. Don't rush into a business transaction with somebody. Not saying that you would, but there may be just something that comes along that looks so alluring and so wonderful. Take your time, don't rush. Remember, your ruler is retrograde for most of this month. But there could certainly be somebody exciting coming in. There could also be some exciting news financially. Make sure you check it out carefully before you get into it. That's what these aspects are saying. Of course, we've still got the backdrop of this Grand Cross, all still going on. So finances is a big focus for you. You're having to look at your values, what's important to you, and maybe realigning your actions in your daily life with what's important to you. So if it's important for you to have close friends and people in your life, what are you doing about that? Is your daily life reflecting? Are you taking action to actually create that in your life? So I think it's an exciting month ahead, Virgos. Make sure you don't get too much into the workaholic mode and that you enjoy that full moon on Valentine's Day in Leo. So from Greece, it's Kalispera if it's evening and Kalimera if it's daytime. And thank you for listening. Bye for now.